This episode of the Golf Gambling Podcast from the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with promo code GOLF SGPN to get a 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Start crushing CFB and NFL with Rhythm. Get your 7-day free trial by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. And then finally, if you haven't downloaded the SGPN app, you're definitely missing out. The SGPN app gives you access to all the podcasts on the network, plus the picks pages in one convenient place. Our app content is very unique, and it's one of the best apps that I've ever downloaded. It's completely free, so type in SGPN to your app store to get downloaded today. All right, RSM Classic Week. RSM Classic Week is a staple on the PGA Tour, and one of the better fall events, in my opinion. We're back in the States. It's an event that we see very often. We know very well. We know the style of golf that it takes to win. And it's just an overall usually fun finish at the RSM Classic. We've had very unique winners of this event over the last few years. And also the big elephant in the room. There's no DFS pricing out right now. So we've had the pricing out for far lesser events than the RSM Classic. But DraftKings has decided to leave us hanging for this Monday. I was waiting all day to record, and I was like, screw, we got deadlines. We got to get this stuff out, and we got to get the DFS content out. So I'm going to use both my brain and the betting board to try to come up with some sort of price tags on these golfers. And then it'll be fun. I'll see how we do after the fact once the pricing finally comes out. If the pricing comes out during the show, please drop a question, to comment in the chat so I can get there. I'll do a nice little recap of what event was it? The Bermuda Championship tomorrow with Dom. But yeah, another runner-up for me. That's now 2 straight runner-ups in a row. We had Andrew Novak 30-1 last week, Justin Lauer 55-1 the week before. It's been a rough fall because we've had so many guys in the mix. We had, I think, 4 runner-ups in the fall out of 5-6 events. Tough scene for sure. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the DFS pricing that I'm going to make up in my head right now. So let's start with Ludwig Aubert. I believe he's going to be somewhere around $10,700. That's my guess for Ludwig. He is, or in between 10-7 and 11. He is the favorite of this event, the big favorite on DraftKings. He's 9-1. The next closest is Davis Thompson at 22-1. So we'll do Ludwig in his own little segment up top, because it's a big question. He hasn't played golf this season yet, and he's coming off of a little surgery he had in the offseason. So how is he going to respond? Also, he's coming off of this event winning. He won this event last year, so he's got a lot of questions to answer. Generally, I don't like going back to a guy who won last year. I don't like going back to a runner-up in any market, but Ludwig is a different story. He's clearly the class of this field, and he's clearly good enough to just figure it out after not playing for a while. But there's some names below him, and I think you can find a way to pass Ludwig, because no matter how well he hits it, this is a course that will allow everyone in the field to compete. It's a shorter course that even the shortest of hitters can compete. You're gonna have to roll a ton of putts. So yeah, Ludwig played. If you watch my content for a year, you know I like Ludwig on short courses because he's played well in them, and it just makes he hits the ball so straight it doesn't matter to give him wedges. But he hasn't played golf in a while, and I think that's going to show on the putting greens a lot. I think he's going to be really rusty on the green. So therefore, I think there's a world where I fade Ludwig at the top, and I don't hate it at all. So we'll go down to the next range. I believe the Davis Thompson, Brian Harman, Denny McCarthy, Siwoo Kim range, and we'll also put JT Poston in that range too. That they're going to be around somewhere from 10-5 to 9-5, 10-5 to 9 flat. So we'll talk about this range. Brian Harman coming back to a golf course that he should feel very, very comfortable on, coming back to this area of the country where he should be very comfortable with. He's a Georgia guy, should be very comfortable on these surfaces. And when you look at Brian Harman's course history at an event like this, you see that he's played this event so many times. I'm going to count the exact number of times that Brian Harman's played because it's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's played this event 12 times, and he's just missed 1, 2, 3, making 9 cuts out of trips to an event is course history. That is, yeah, I like it here. Yeah, I play this event every year for a reason. And it's an event that should suit his style very, very well. Because if you know what Brian Harman is, he is a shorter hitter, very accurate, and that's going to be rewarded on this golf course. So at his price, I'm going to guess 10-1. You're getting a guy who starts his fall here, plays this time of year on a regular basis, should be very comfortable with the grasses this time of year, and is in by no means bad form. So I do like Brian Harman up here. Let's talk about Denny McCarthy a little bit. Denny McCarthy is a golfer who also has excellent course history. Denny has played this event a ton of times. I believe he's going to be at a horrible number in both DFS and betting, and it's tough to know where Denny's ball striking will be at this point of the year. He hit it really well to end the season, gained strokes on approach at BMW, St. Jude, and the Wyndham. But he hasn't played since August. He's took so much time off. I don't know if I love it. He's got 3 top 10s here and I believe 8 or 9 trips. It's just if I'm gonna go with a course history guy, I want someone like Denny McCarthy. Let's talk about JT Poston. Obviously, JT Poston won the last time he teed it up. Was that the last time he teed it up? He won out in Vegas. And I love JT Poston because I was on the record for saying last year was going to be a banner year for JT Poston. He was going to break through. He was going to win multiple times, and that did not happen. Now, maybe he started off this year. I know it's 2024 and it's still technically this year, but it's kind of a new season, if you know what I'm saying, because the FedEx Cup has already been passed. But JT Poston heads to this golf course with not the best course history. He's only made 3 cuts in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 trips here. So 3 cuts and 8 trips. But at the end of the day, it's a golf course that should suit him well. If you can win and play great at TPC Summerlin every single year, you can go out and play really, really well at this golf course because it asks you very similar questions. Be very accurate off the tee, be solid with your wedges. And when JT Poston heats up, that's what he does. I kind of wish he played after his win because the microwave likes to keep cooking when it gets going. So JT Poston, I'm definitely in on. He's probably my second favorite guy. Maybe even one of my favorite guys up here. So I do like him up here. Let's talk about Siwoo Kim. Siwoo Kim has sneakily been playing some decent golf. Dating back to the BMW Championship, he's got 3 top 20s in his last 3 starts with 2 of them are T6 finishes, and he's been hitting the ball really well, putting really well. Now, this is a golf course that he does not have any good course history yet. He's played this event 5 times, and he's only top 20 once at, but a golfer who always plays well at the Wyndham Championship, who plays really well at Sony, it makes sense for Siwoo Kim. He likes the style of grass. He likes the style of golf. And there's a world where he could definitely get into the mix. But I will say, when Siwoo Kim gets around this 20-1 range, around this $10,000 DraftKings range, it gets really shaky. Remember at the what was it? When it was one of those it was the Byron Nelson, I believe, one of those Texas events. He was the second favorite or one of the top 3 favorites, and he played horrendous golf. He had to backdoor something to even consider himself having a good week. So I don't know how much I like Siwoo when it comes to a price, but he is playing some good golf at the moment. And I think come Wednesday, you'll get my full opinions on Siwoo, where I'm going to go with him, because I think there's a world where he can play really well. All right, Andrew Novak coming off of that runner-up. Got to congratulate him for that. He's the boy, friend of the program, and he's just a great freaking golfer. And this man is hitting the ball so damn well. Dating back to, I would say, the Shriners, even though he missed the cut, but he putt poorly, he's been hitting the ball well. No, actually, dating back to the 3M Open, he's been hitting the ball so well and just putting really poorly. It finally came together for Andrew Novak. He was the 54-hole leader, and he was so close to breaking through. Now he heads back home. He's a Southeast guy. He's got a ton of Sea Island connections, and he should feel really comfortable and confident in these conditions. I said last week about Andrew Novak that Andrew Novak going to a golf course plus a weak field should lead him to the top, should have him play well and feel confident, because you look at Andrew Novak walk, you look at Andrew Novak talk. When he's in those weak fields, he knows he's one of the best golfers. And we saw last year, he went on that run of top 10s and he played some really decent golf. So I like Novak to keep it going, the pedals down. He's want to have a few more good fall starts. And I think it could definitely happen again for Novak, another T10 for him here. All right. Ben Griffin probably going to be at the bottom of the 9K range, probably close to the 8K range. Another top 10 on a short Bermuda golf course. That's what Ben Griffin does well. He finished T8 here last year, losing almost 4 strokes on approach. Ben Griffin is a strokes gain approach king, a strokes gain Bermuda putting king. That's what he does well. You do not overthink it. You play Ben Griffin on these style of golf courses. I'm not going to go deep into why. It just, he does it. Ben Griffin makes it happen on these short Bermuda tracks, and there's no reason for me to not do it again. He was chalky last week, and he had a top 10 finish, so it'll probably stay there. But the price should come down a little bit, and Ben Griffin should be in for another great week. All right, Seamus Power. This is a guy who could get very chalky. He's been playing some good golf in the fall, and he's back-to-back top 5 finishes here. He's a course horse. He's another guy who plays well on these shorter courses as well. But when Seamus gets chalky, I don't like him. When Seamus gets expensive, I don't like him. So I'm probably going to have to be out on Seamus. I believe he and Ben Griffin will be around a very similar price. So I would probably go with Ben Griffin out of those two guys. One more guy who I believe is going to be in this range, and then we'll do a quick ad break and get down with the rest of the field. Matt Wallace. Matt Wallace is coming off of a very difficult week. I'm not sure if you saw the video on Twitter of him slamming his club on the ground, being an angry Brit as he gets from time to time. But he's coming off of a very solid, very, very solid DP World Tour run dating back to the British Masters with multiple top 10 finishes, but he didn't play well enough. He's in a weird zone right now of having his PGA Tour card versus not having his PGA Tour card. So basically, he needs to play good golf here, and he's playing good golf at the moment. Now, Matt Wallace, he's won on a short Bermuda golf course before, and I want to see what his course history is here because he's playing such a good golf. His course history is really poor. He's gained ball striking. No, he's lost ball striking 2 out of 3 trips he's made here. But I could see him being a forgotten man. Like if Matt Wallace is 12% owned at this $8,900 mark, which he could be, I think he could definitely be in for a really good week. It could be a nuts play for sure. So let's get down to the rest of the range. But before we get down there, I want to tell you quickly, new sponsor alert, mybookie.ag. We're back with MyBookie. SGPN started out with them, and now they are back. Check out their new and improved website. It's great on mobile. Props for every casino and game, plus the live dealer casino. Early cash out options are back. I'm going to highlight a bet I like tomorrow on MyBookie with the betting show with Dom. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. That's a crazy promo right there. Plus a $10 casino chip. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. Finally, Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Pick'em has one of the biggest menus for all sports: NFL, college hoops, college basketball, MMA. Go over to SGPN and see my picks come Wednesday through Saturday for Underdog Fantasy. So sign up with code GOLFSGPN to claim your special pick plus first-time deposit offer up to $1,000. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN. And Rhythm. SGPN's proud partner, Rhythm, is the #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom models in seconds. Get models for money lines, spreads, totals, props, and more. Build your own model, copy one of theirs, or have Rhythm build one for you. You can now track props in the Rhythm app. So Rhythm has NFL, college football, college hoops, NBA. They have it all. So claim your 7-day free trial by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. All right. Let's get down a little bit. Let's talk about a few other golfers. I want to highlight someone named JJ Spawn because he's someone he's played good golf this fall, but he's fell off a little bit. He's played good golf dating back to March. As you know, I've said he's been the strokes gain approach king. He's been just striping the golf ball, but he didn't play last week. He finished T30 in Mexico at El Cardinal, but he continues to gain strokes on approach. He continues to post decent results and just hover. Now, JJ Spawn has played this event 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. He's missed one cut. He's got 3 straight T16 finishes, and he's got a runner-up here back in 2016. Where JJ Spawn won was a short positional golf course. This is a short positional golf course. This is the golf course you want to run out JJ Spawn on, and I just think the Spawn love has kind of faded a tad. It's faded a tad. I believe he'll be around $8,700, $8,600 to $8,500. And he's a golfer who's just been playing so damn well. I don't know why I'd want to leave the JJ Spawn train, because it's not done me wrong this fall. Maybe El Cardinal, it was a weak week, but I love what JJ Spawn is doing, and I really think he can play well here. Next guy, Georgia man himself, Chris Kirk, a guy who plays this event every year. He's played it damn near every year since 2010. He's won here before. He's got other top 5 finishes here before. And think of where Chris Kirk has won. This style of golf course. I'm going to get a lot of this style of course guys, but it's true. Like, if you're a golf fan, you know that guys play well on their type of courses. And Chris Kirk in Sea Island is definitely one of them. I think he'll be in for a really, really good week. And I don't think he'll be too high owned, because sometimes Chris Kirk gets like chalked up or priced up, and it's kind of like out of nowhere. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but I think this is a week because he hasn't been doing much this fall. So I think Chris Kirk could be in for a nice week. I want to talk about Luke Clanton. Luke Clanton is a guy who obviously came onto the scene last year as an amateur, just absolutely striped the ball, made putts, made birdies, did it on multiple style of golf courses. I do obviously always worry about his putter, but I don't worry about the ball striking. Now, Luke Clanton's not played in the PGA Tour in a while, but he's been playing a college golf season, so he's been in the swing of things, swinging the golf club, and he should be hungry to get out there. I still think that Luke Clanton is priced a little bit too high for where he should be, and when that happens, I worry about the putter. But I'm so impressed by his game. Like, for him to make it happen on a big golf course one week and then come back and do it at the Wyndham and just make a ton of birdies and get into the mix, like, he's a superstar. He's going to be so good. And I don't really think there's going to be bad spots for him. It's really just like ownership and pricing. So I think he'll be around the $8,500 range, but I could see him getting a little bit chalky because it's the new shiny name that people want to run out. So I would say proceed with caution with Luke Clanton, but I'm never going to say it's a bad spot for him because he's proved me wrong in the past. A golfer probably around $8,300 is Lucas Glover. Lucas Glover has been playing really nice in the strokes gained approach department, surprise, and he's been finding some putts. Some putts has dropped. He didn't quite get over the hump last week, but he was hovering. He was hovering for 3 straight days, and Sunday he had a bad round. But I love what Lucas Glover is doing. This is a golf course that he should feel really comfortable on. He's got a ton of reps on in his career. So Lucas Glover should be in for a good week. He's just playing right now a ton of golf, and he's going to hit every fairway. And why can't he just put the ball next to every single hole? A guy that I think could be the nuts this week, a sneaky golfer, is Doug Ghim. Doug Ghim kind of peaked around the Zozo, or after the Shriners, heading into the Zozo. He kind of peaked. Now he's coming back down to earth. But this is a great bounce back for Doug Ghim, because this asks him to do exactly what he's good at, and that is hit fairways, be elite with your middle irons, and just gain 6 strokes on approach, be even with the putter. That's a T9 for Doug Ghim. That is a T9 for Doug Ghim, and if he's 8%, that's doing you well. So I love Doug Ghim in that market, in that narrative, and I really think he could be in for a nice little week, nice little bounce back week, a nice little sneaky pick on Doug Ghim. Sepp Straka. Sepp Straka is a very interesting name because there's a very good chance that he's priced down a little bit too low, and we know what Sepp Straka's ceiling is. We know where this guy likes to play at, and that is a short Bermuda golf course. That is his bread and butter. But his course history here is 1 made cut, and 5 trips. Sepp Straka is a Georgia guy. I'm not buying into this course history. Is it a home game narrative? Is it too early in the season? I don't know what it is with Sepp Straka, but I do like him this week, especially if he's priced down a little bit. So Sepp could be in for a good week. I wonder what the narrative is going to be around Austin Eckroat, because we saw him have a win last year and then kind of faded after his win. So interested to see the ownership. I believe he will be a little bit chalky just because he's a proven winner now, won 2 times in 2024. And I don't know. I just think he's just going to be a little bit too owned for his ability, because I could see him giving it back a little bit. I don't trust the approach play consecutively. I know it's been good, but I don't trust the approach play consecutively. I want to talk a little bit and do a little deep dive on Matt McCarty, because I feel like we've forgotten about this man. This man just went out and won at the Black Desert, and then he's only played 1 event since. That's concerning, because are you just winning and you're like, all right, I'm good? But after his win, he missed the cut and he lost a ton of strokes ball striking. So I would say proceed with caution with McCarty. And he's never played this course before, but he did say he likes a positional golf course more than a long one because that's what he grew up playing. Probably around $7,600. I don't mind him, but I just want to proceed with caution with McCarty. Brendan Todd, probably lower 7K range. This is a Brendan Todd golf course. I believe he made the cut on the number last week and ended up finishing T57. But like I keep saying, Brendan Todd's going to gain on approach one of these weeks and finish T4. He's got a ton of reps at this golf course, a ton, and he should feel very comfortable around here. Just once those irons heat up, Brendan Todd will be in for a nice little week. So probably low 7K range. Also, Nico Echeverria, if he's underpriced, if he's below 77, just go back to him. The man is playing unbelievable golf. Keep going back to Nico Etch. It's working well, and I'm definitely down for him. Another sneaky guy I want to talk about who might just go under the radar is Adam Svensson. Because Adam Svensson, he knows how to win here. I can promise you, he knows how to win here. And some of his best results have came on courses shorter than 7,000 yards, and he's played well in Bermuda. Now he did finish top 5 here last year, but I just can see him being a tad underpriced, which actually, now that I'm saying that, I feel like he's going to be a little bit more owned because if he is underpriced, we know that he can win here and have but I'm saying that because I feel like he's a forgotten man. Like Svensson hasn't done much this fall for me to be like, oh, Svensson is a lock this week. So definitely he could be some nice chalk, but if Svensson gets out of hand, then pass, then forgot what I said. But one more guy before we get into a few bombs is Michael Thorbjornsen. We saw him withdraw from the Black Desert Championship, but he hit the ball really well that week, and I do not think he would be playing if he was hurt. And what I say with Ludwig is Thorbjornsen, what I say with Ludwig and Thorbjornsen is I want them on the shorter tracks right now at their career. They're young guys. They're going to hit fairways and be long and then be really, really solid with the wedge play. That's where Ludwig got his first win. Why can't Thorbjornsen do the same thing? Some of his best performances are on these shorter tracks. So with that being said, lower 7K range, he could definitely make some noise. And he's probably going to be one of my favorite picks here. Upper 6K range, I think Ryo Hisatsune is going to be a great play. He was a little bit chalky back in the Zozo, but he had a nice week at the last week at the Bermuda, and this is a style of golf that suits his game, and he's going to hit every fairway. He's pretty solid. His best style of golf is with the irons and the wedges. I worry about the putter a little bit, but if he's upper 6, lower 7s, Ryo can definitely make some noise. Adrian Dumont, he's probably going to be a little bit priced up / chalky coming off of his first career top 3 finish. And this is a golfer who has his best results have been on coastal resort courses. We're not on the coastal resort course here, so I would say proceed with caution with him. And then finally, one more bomb that I want to throw out there is Austin Smotherman, because Austin Smotherman hasn't played much, but he's been making the most out of his opportunities. Austin Smotherman has been, if you look at some short-term approach numbers, he's there. He finished T55 at the Bermuda Championship. He's made 3 of his last 4 cuts on the PGA Tour this season. One of them was a withdrawal, though, but he's also made 2 of 3 cuts here. So Smotherman's a guy who's pretty accurate off the tee, and he could super pop on approach. And then if he gets one hot putting week, one hot round at $6,700, you got that one hot round, you made the cut, and then you're just smooth sailing. Hopefully he could have a nice little top 20 finish, cash you a lineup. So that about does it. The DFS picks with no DFS pricing did a decent job trying to guess, and we'll see where that comes in. Come a few hours. Hopefully the DFS pricing's out. But any questions, you know where to find me. Catch me tomorrow with Dom for the betting show, some picks, some banter, and thank you for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.